workout and fitness tips and advice. All right, so let's start, ladies. All right, let's go. So the first thing I'm gonna have you guys do, before we start actually, is just let you guys know, make sure you always strength train or cardio train or aerobic train with water. Make sure you always keep your water on hand. Make sure you have a proper meal before you start, at least an hour or two before you start. You don't want to eat something too close to when you work out. Rest whenever you need to, all right, and we'll take it from there. So the first one I'm going to start with is a quick warm-up to make sure everyone is flexible and ready for what we're going to do, all right? So the first one that we're going to do is just touching the toes, open the feet up, touching the toes up, and arm straight up to the side of the head. So straight down to the front of the shoe, up, and arm straight up. Keep it up, nice and smooth. Perfect, keep it up. Arm straight, down, straight. 25 seconds, let's go. Keep it going. 15 seconds remaining. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Now you guys may have to stand sideways on your mat for this. So all you're going to do, we're going to work on the balance, work on the side of the glutes and the core. So sideways, lateral leg raise. Alternating legs, side to side. Alternating legs, so one leg at a time, side to side. Keep it up. Take your time, nice and smooth. Lift as high as you can, over to the next side. Land as lightly as you can, and then up and over to the next side. Tighten the stomach, and breathe, relax. Keep it up, keep it up. Stretch. 15 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Down on the fingertips. Open up the knees. You're on your toes. So keeping your hands, keeping your fingers close to your feet. All you're going to do is stretch up, like trying to straighten the legs without lifting the fingers up off the ground, and then drop down again into the frog pose. So straighten the legs as much as you can without lifting the fingers up. Drop down. Keep it going. Stretch it out. Nicely done. Wow, listen to the joints just cracking. Stretch up and down. All the way up without letting the fingers come off the ground, and then all the way back down. When you come down, look straight ahead. So come down into the frog pose, looking straight ahead to balance yourself or rebalance yourself, and then up, stretching out, look between the feet or between the legs if you can, and then come back down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. On the hands and knees. Let's stretch out the back, shoulders, chest, hands underneath the chest. Open the feet up, open the knees up slightly, and all you're doing is rotating one arm at a time to look and point directly up at the ceiling. Look where you're facing, where your hand is facing, down, and then rotate up the next arm. Lift as straight as you can, down and over. Lift as straight as you can, down and over. You got it. Stretch out. Perfect. So look, point directly up at the ceiling and look up. Point directly up at the ceiling and look up. Under 15 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Grab your weights that you wanted to use so much. Let's see how strong everybody really is. So you can stand on your mat, you can stand to the side of your mat, it's up to you. First one we're going to start with is a reverse lunge. So standing up nice and straight, you're taking a leg step back, down on the knee, up, straight and forward, and then alternate. Reverse lunge. Alternating reverse lunge. Let's see what you got. There you go. Stretch it out. Nice and smooth. Pause in the underneath if you need to. Up, forward, and then switch. Perfect. Keep it going. I like this. Everybody's so quiet. Nice. Stretch. Stretch. I think, which is fantastic. Keep it going. Keep it going. We have about 20 seconds remaining. So you're working each leg individually. You're working the butt muscles or the glutes, the hamstrings, the quads. Not to mention you're stretching out the hip as you go down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, rest the weights on the shoulders. We're gonna work on the squats. Elbows forward. Squats are famous for building the legs and the butt especially. Open the feet up, shoulder width apart or slightly wider. All you're gonna do is lowering the butt down. Feet stays flat on the ground as low as you can. See if you can get your elbows to touch your knees, looking straight ahead, and then up all the way. Stretch down, up all the way. That's the pace you're going at. Don't hold your breath. Breathing in as you lower down. Breathing out as you come up. Feet flat on the ground. Don't come off your heels. So feet flat, shoulder width apart or a little wider. Make sure you're sideways. Feet are right across from each other. And squat. Resting the weight on the shoulders. Elbows down to the top of the knees. All the way up. Breathe. Don't hold the breath. You're either inhaling or you're exhaling. You can breathe in on the way down. Breathe out as you come up. Breathe in as you go down. Breathe out as you come up. Or as long as you're breathing, you're fine. Don't hold your breath. Nice and smooth pace. Nice. You're making this look easy. Should we make it harder? Yes? All right. Silence means yes. Keep it going. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the weights forward and up to the shoulders. So palms facing me or weights facing me. All you're doing is stretching up, straight up in the air. Bring it right down beside the shoulders. Stretch straight up. Bring it right down beside the shoulders. There you go. I should have brought out the 10-pound weights. I should have brought out, this is too easy. Keep it going, breathe. Breathe. Nice and smooth. You can see yourself in the mirror. So stretch up and all the way down right to the side of the shoulders. Stretch up. Down nice and smooth to the side of the shoulders, squeezing the shoulder blades. Engage your stomach, engage the butt so your spine is nice and straight and you're standing up straight. All the way up and down. 15 seconds. Look at that, everybody's a champ now. What? 10 seconds, everyone's quiet and moving, smiling. No comments, keep it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Catch the breath, open the feet up when you're ready. I'll show you what the next exercise is. Next exercise is sumo squat. You're gonna rest the weights, just holding the weights, resting on the front of your thighs. Open the feet really wide and point your toes out. You're gonna open up the knees and sit the butt down nice and straight, always looking straight ahead. So all the way up, squeeze the stomach and squeeze the butt. All the way down, opening the knees. Don't let your knees cave forward. Keep your knees open over your toes. Give it a shot. 3, 2, 1. Nice wide stance, really wide stance. Open up the knees, squatting down. Perfect, perfect. Open the knees, staying upright as much as you can. Don't lean forward. Stay as upright as you can. Don't lean forward. Open up the knees. Open up your toes and then open up the knees. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Keep it going. 15 seconds, and then you're gonna squat down in the sumo position and hold it. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squat into sumo and hold. Feet flat, looking straight ahead. Yes. Hold. Hold. Lower the butt down, sitting upright. Let's see who's the last woman standing. Come on. Hey, come on. Open the knees up. So open the knees up. Chest and stomach facing straight ahead. 15 seconds. Can you hold out? Without letting the weights touch the ground. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, feel that burn. Oh my gosh. Rest the weight down. Get a drink. Rest the weight down. Get a quick drink. I'm going to give your hands a chance to rest. We're going to be on our hands and knees. First one that we're going to do, make sure your hands directly underneath the chest. Bend the knees. All you're going to do is lift the knees up off the ground as straight as you can and bring the opposite hand to touch the opposite toe. Down, stretch up. Next hand to touch the opposite shoe, and then so forth. So let's try it out. On hands and knees when you're ready. Hands right underneath the chest. And just up. Opposite hand to the opposite toe, down. And then down, then next side. When you come up again, switch. The key is to try to straighten the legs. You want to feel the stretch in the back of the legs, the lower back, and then down. Keep your knees relatively close to your hands so you don't feel like you can't reach. If your knees are too far away from your hands, you won't be able to reach when you come up. This is working your core or your ab muscles, as well as stretching out your lower back and back of the legs. So keep your hands and knees close together so you don't feel like you can't reach them when you come up. 10, come on, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down on the hands and knees. Now, another one that's for the core or your stomach is opposite arm and leg, stretching them straight up. So you want to lift the hands so it disappears right to the side of the ears while just stretching the legs straight up behind you. You don't want to lift the leg too high to lose your balance. You just want to stretch it out straight, down, and then switch. Opposite hand and leg. Opposite arm and leg. Take your time. It's a little confusing. Don't worry if you can't figure out opposite arm and leg. You'll just notice I come over and stand and laugh. Opposite arm and leg. There you go. Keep it going nice and smooth. Pause for a second or two. Don't lift the legs too high. You don't. If you're rocking back and forth, it's probably because you're lifting the legs too high. Just hold it for a second or two, down, and then switch nice and smoothly. Hold it for a second or two. 15 seconds remaining. Nice and smooth. Stretch. It's much easier if you do the opposite arm and leg as opposed to the same arm and leg that I see you doing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Roll over on the back. Yes, you got to lie down on the back. Lie down on the back. Lift both legs straight up in the air. Lace your fingers together. Hands behind the head. Open up the elbows. You're going to crunch up. So lift both legs up and keep them there. You're crunching up, lifting the upper body and the head and the shoulders and upper body as high as you can, and then down again. So breathe out as you crunch up. Breathe in as you lower down. Breathe out as you crunch up. Breathe in as you lower down. Keep it up. Nicely done. Breathe out as you go up. Breathe in. Nice, smooth pace. So make sure you're breathing out. Keep the elbows to the side. Open up the elbows. I don't want you to use your hands to pull your head. I want you to use the stomach muscles to lift your body. Awesome. Breathe out as you go up, breathe in as you come down. Breathe out as you go up, breathe in as you come down, and go at the pace of your breathing. 12 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the head, lower the head down, but keep the legs up in the air. Now, hands along the side of your body. You're going to lower one leg at a time down to the ground. 3, 2, 1, go for it. Stretch nice and smooth. Right down to the floor, down, and then switch. Right down to the floor. Come all the way up, and then switch legs. Keep it going. Take your time going up and down. Light tap of the shoe on the floor, and then up again. Breathe. The key is to breathe, tightening the abs. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees. Perfect. Catch your breath. Next exercise is for the glutes, the butt muscles. And all you're going to do is, with the knees bent, bring one knee up towards you, hands along the side of your body. You're doing a one-leg hip bridge. Up, down, up, down. Perfect. So don't switch leg, one leg. Just keep one leg up and just lift the butt up and down. Don't let the foot touch the ground. Keep the feet flat. Lift the butt up. If you want to feel it even more, lift your toes up off the ground so you're on your heels. If you're confused about which is the toes from the heels, we'll work on it after. Lift the toes up. Perfect. Up and down. Up and down. 20 seconds. Up and down. 15 seconds. Lift as high as you can. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Catch your breath. Then you're going to switch legs in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. So either feet flat or staying on your heels. Lift the hips up as high as you can. Lift the butt up. You want to feel the back of the leg flex. You want to feel the glutes flex, and then lower down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Breathe. Make sure you're breathing. Don't hold your breath. Fifteen seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees, both feet on the ground. You're going to do a glute bridge hold, which is just lifting the butt up in the air and holding it. We're going to hold it for a minute. So get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift, then hold. Perfect. Lift and hold. So I want to make sure you can feel the butt flexing. Make sure you can feel the back of the legs flex. If you can't, then you may be a little too low, so lift up and hold. Under 40 seconds remaining. Just breathe nice and comfortably. Twenty seconds. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. Catch your breath, and then you're gonna roll over on your stomach. Get a drink if you need one in the meantime, and then we're gonna roll over on our stomachs. Then you're gonna roll over on the stomach. I'll show you what you do next. You're gonna lace the fingers together, hands behind the head, and you're lifting the head up and the elbows up, but at the same time, you're lifting both legs up at the same time. Nice and smooth. So lift the whole leg straight up. Don't bend at the knee. Lift the whole leg straight up, knees as well. And lace the fingers together. Lift. Nice and smooth. Up and down together. Up together, down together. Oh, finally. You guys are alive. There we go. I can hear you guys. Let's go. Lift. Take nice and smooth. This is engaging all the muscles along your back. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Nice and smooth. Up and down, like if you're stretching. Like if you're stretching. Go on. Uh-huh. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. That wasn't that hard. Catch your breath. So let's see if you can do a plank. So elbows underneath the shoulders and really close to the body. Lace the fingers together, thumbs up. If you have nails, then you can bend your thumbs and use your knuckles. Basically, you're resting your head either on your knuckles or your thumbs, and lift the stomach up and hold. Ready? Let's see what you got. 3, 2, 1. Up, so elbows underneath the shoulder and close to the body. Go for it, up and hold. Lift up high, a little higher. Higher over there. That's right. More, a little higher, a little higher, a little higher. Lift the hips up. You got it, you got it, you got it. Under 20 seconds. Under 15 seconds. You do not want to be the first one to come down, you know what I mean? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down. Catch your breath, and then you're gonna roll back on your back. Final exercise, final exercise. Now the personalities come out. All it took is 15, 20 minutes of sweating to get you to open up. Nice. Lie down on the back, and all you're gonna do, this is for the stomach, to tighten the stomach, flat stomach. Elbows down on your side, forearms up, and all you're doing is crunching up, using your elbows to help you up in the air, and then drop back down. Crunch up, using your elbows, and then drop back down. So you're just crunching up as high as you can to see if you can look at your feet. There, don't let your elbows come off the mat, and then back down again. Go for it. There you go. So lift, crunch up as high as you can, pushing down on your elbows. Perfect. Keep it up. What did you say? It's not hurting as yet? I'll keep it going. Nicely done. You want another 20 seconds? Say less. I got you. Another 20 seconds added on. It was going to be finished, but keep it up. Anyone else got any? We want to make it longer? No? You sure? Keep it up. 20 seconds left. Keep the legs nice and straight. As you crunch, as you push off the ground, breathe out. So exhale as you come up, inhale as you go back down. Here we go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Catch your breath, catch your breath. Excellent work, everybody. Sit up. When you're ready, get a drink. You guys did very, very well. Get a drink, get a drink, get a drink. Now it is paramount that everyone really does take their health and fitness seriously, especially as young adults. You're at the prime of your life and heading into the prime of your life. So you want to make sure, for example, there's little things that you can do. Stay really, really hydrated, right? You want to make sure that you get at least 1.5 liters to 2 liters of water, pure water every day. You want to cut back on the juices. And here in Grenada, I've been here now for about 3-4 years consistently or consecutively, and most people are dehydrated when they come into the gym and they don't know it, right? If you are dehydrated before you start, you won't have the energy to get through the workout, right? So, and when we say drink something, people will drink like a box of juice. That is one of the worst things you can drink, all right, to start your day. And simply because you're getting too much sugar. And while sugar or carbohydrates are necessary, too much of it is what turns into fat, right? So we eat too much sugar or we drink too much sugars, and then if you don't burn it off, it actually converts into fat. A lot of people believe that fat is what causes fat gains. But if you think about it, we don't really eat much fat, but we drink a lot of sugar, right? Now, sugar, it doesn't matter if you're skinny or bigger or thicker, it affects everybody equally. A lot of times people will be misguided to believe, well, I'm slim so I can drink more sugar. It's not to say it's not true at all, right? It does compromise your immune system. And if you want glowing skin, you need to drink more water. If you want vibrant, healthy skin, 2, exercise slows down the aging process, right? So if you want to age beautifully and gracefully, believe you me, if you get in 3 times at least a week of proper strength training, you'd be surprised with how longer you can live and how the quality of your life improves, right? And if you have improved a longer time, you can always do more things with your life, all right? So you want to work it at least 3 times a week, stay really hydrated. You want to get lots of minerals, right? Most women are usually low in B6, vitamin B6, B12, or iron, or all 3 or 2 or so forth. These are your energy vitamins and minerals, right? So if you're low in them or you're deficient in them, you'll tend to notice that you're really, really good with energy, and then all of a sudden 5 to 10 minutes later, your energy level starts to fall very quickly. So you want to make sure you eat a lot of vegetables, get in fruits, eat your fruits rather than drink them, all right? And you want to eat a balanced meal, right? You really want to make sure you're eating a balanced meal. Lower down the sugar intake or the processed foods while eating more natural foods, all right? Does anyone have any questions? No questions at all.
How much do you recommend eating? I know that protein intake is important when you're trying to build muscle. So how much do you recommend for?
How much do we recommend? So I usually recommend for my clients, male or female, minimum is 100 grams of protein per day. 100 grams of protein, because if you think about it, whether you weigh 100 pounds, 120 pounds, 130 pounds, I mean, 100 grams of protein sounds like a lot, but it's like that much, right? To compensate for your entire body. And remember, protein just doesn't build muscle. Protein is what actually repairs your skin. It repairs your organ, because protein breaks down into amino acids. And amino acids is necessary for hair, nails, you name it, your eyes, skin, like I said before, everywhere else, right? It's used by protein. So you want to make sure that you have it getting a proper intake from breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And 2, protein actually boosts your metabolism. So if you actually want to increase your metabolism, getting more protein and actually speeds up your metabolism when it's breaking down, it burns more calories. So that's why you'll notice a lot of fitness competitors, even while they always talk about having protein before bed. So while they're sleeping, their body's burning calories like if they were on the treadmill running, right? So the next day when they wake up, they're actually leaner than when they went to sleep the following day. So keep that in mind. You got a question?
You answered my first question.
What? All right.
But another thing I wanted to ask, what's the time span for us to really start seeing results?
Everybody's body type is different. It usually takes about 4 to 6 weeks for you to start to see a noticeable change, whether it be in your clothes or when you look in the mirror, right? And it all depends on a minimum of 3 times a week. If you work out less, then obviously you won't see as much, you know what I mean? If you try to accomplish anything just in once a week, imagine you trying to learn a language or you're trying to learn anything, like learning to swim, and you only did it once a week, how long would it take you to learn to swim? So the more often you're able to do it, the more you're able to see a faster result, right? 2, you also want another fundamental, one of the fundamental is rest. Sleep is absolutely important. Our body repairs itself while we're sleeping. So the more sleep we get, the longer and the better the repair of our body. So if you want to look good or you want to see faster results, you have to get more sleep. And we really don't sleep a lot here, right? We tend to go to bed very, very late, and then we get up usually early and tired. And that is usually why we can't see the changes. Because think about it, if you're up 14 to 16 hours a day, you have to eat for that, or else you're going to find yourself tired, right? If you're eating for 14 to 16 hours a day, when will your body get a chance to burn off those calories? Right? You're consistently eating. So the more sleep you get, the actually faster your body improves. Because while we sleep, it's been shown that we burn calories between the hours of 3 or 1 and 3 a.m. in the morning. We burn calories like if we were running on a treadmill. That's why sometimes we wake up and we're sweating. Because our body's doing such a great job of repairing itself that it's burning tons of calories. And think about it, all day long we're moving. I'm moving now, you're slightly moving back and forth. Your body doesn't need to generate much heat. But while you're laying there sleeping, you still have to keep your core temperature the same, right? How does your body do that while you're not moving? Well, simple. It has to slowly increase the heat being distributed over time. And how does it do that? It starts to burn off more fat to keep your body at the same temperature so that you don't wake up freezing to death in the morning, all right? But if you go to bed really, really late, like let's say you go to bed at 12, you miss that window but it takes about 90 minutes for us to go into that deep sleep. Right? So if you go to bed at 12, you miss the window of 1 to 3 because it'll take you 90 minutes to head into that when now your body's not getting a chance to fully go into sleep and so forth, right? So that's why every day you find that you're not seeing the results or you're tired or you're getting sick often. You need more sleep. So make sure you always, always increase sleep. Any other questions? Go ahead.
You spoke about the sugar intake, but would you recommend drinking energy drinks and any boosters before you start working out?
All right, I have a question for you then. How do you get energy from a drink? I'm asking you guys. It comes from your mind. All right, I like that. Huh? If it's caffeinated. If it's caffeinated, say that again.
If it's caffeinated,
Uh-huh.
the caffeine from
Yes, caffeine makes your body. What does caffeine do? You know what caffeine does to your body? Exactly. All it does is speeds up your heart rate, right? So if I went up behind you and you didn't see me coming and I snuck up behind you and I went boo, right? There you go, an energy drink. I just boosted you up. You go for a workout, right? You know what I mean? Like, think about it, right? That's all it does. It just speeds up our heart rate, which makes you feel like oh my God, I feel it working. Like I feel your heart rate's just going, what the hell is happening to this girl right now? You know what I mean? So the energy drink is actually just speeding up your heart rate, which makes you feel alert. Now, I usually don't recommend most people have energy drinks. And if you have energy drinks, you really want to make sure that you don't have it late in the evenings. You really want to have it more towards midday or in the morning hours so that it can get out of your system. Because caffeine can last in your system anywhere to 4 to 6 hours. So if you have it at 4 o'clock in the evening or 3 o'clock, right when you're going to bed, you still have the caffeine in your system, it's very hard for you to sleep. Now it's messing up your sleep cycle all over again. So I really don't recommend caffeine drinks and so forth, just because of that. 2, when you do workout, pre-workouts, just in case you guys just that, pre-workout, I recommend a piece of fruit or something very light, something that'll give you a little bit of sugar to make you feel alert. Like that's a pre-workout, that's actually a booster, right? So whether it be an orange or something like to that effect, or some blueberries or strawberries, something that'll give you a quick boost but doesn't have to require a lot of digestion that might interfere with your workout. All right? That is usually a better way to get a pre-workout snack in without having to worry about eating too much or how much you should eat. All right? And like I said, with the caffeine and the boosters, just be careful with that. You don't really want to make sure that it messes with your sleep. Okay? Any other questions?
On that note, what is your opinion on the use of protein powders? Because I know a lot of people vary. Some say use it, some say don't. What's your opinion?
My opinion. So, I have used it in the past. I'm not currently using it. When it comes to protein powders, I do recommend it if I know the client or a person cannot get enough protein in a diet, or they're vegan or vegetarian and so forth, or they're trying to cut back on meat intake, then I will recommend protein. Now with protein, you have to read the ingredients, right? You have to make sure that the ingredients on the back is comfortable with what you want to get into your life, right? So you want to make sure, for example, like artificial sweeteners and artificial chemicals added, like fillers and so forth, It's like you have to, if you're okay with that, then go for it. But when it comes to protein, do your research. Always read the labels of anything you eat, as a matter of fact. You should always know what you're eating. You should never have to guess, right? You should always know what you're eating so that you know what you're putting in your body, so you know if it's working or not working, or most importantly, you know how to get it out if it's not working for you, right? So while I do recommend protein in terms of if you find like you're really stumbling and you can't get that protein in, then protein is a great way to supplement on your diet, not to use instead of a diet. You know what I mean? Like I have people that be like, no, I'll just eat some fried chicken and throw a couple scoops of protein in there and it balances. It doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? But if you're really trying to eat healthy and you're trying to transition, then yes, protein supplement with a healthy diet does work. All right? Any other questions? Go ahead. Wow, that is a really good question. I actually recently just posted something on my WhatsApp status about women taking creatine. Absolutely, 5 grams a day, women should be taking it. It actually helps with skin repair and so forth, and nails, as well as with strength, and it's well documented. Once again though, do your research on the quality of creatine. You only need 5 grams of creatine, and usually it's like a creatine monohydrate is one of the forms of creatine that has been shown to work the best, right? So if you don't want too much fillers. You know, a lot of times they add, creatine and this, creatine with that, and you kind of get confused and lost and like, okay, I'll give that a try. If it's, all you need is pure creatine, if you must try it. And it does really work. It's not just for bodybuilders, it's not just for men. It does benefit women as well, and it actually helps with the brain function, right? So keep that in mind. Anything that helps with or improving brain function is definitely something you should look into. But once again, do your own research. Just because I recommend it doesn't mean you should use it. Look it up and see if it's something that you would like to use. You know what I mean? Any other questions? How many days of the week should you work out? Any guess? 3? The minimum is 3. I usually tell people the minimum for you to see results in 4 to 6 weeks is 3. And that's to start off with. And that's simply because it takes about 4 to 6 weeks. Now, you want to see quick results. If you want to see quick results, as long as you can get in proper sleep, you know what I mean? Proper sleep, and you can slowly but surely change your eating habits towards a healthier lifestyle, then increase your workouts. The more often you work out, the faster the results. And I know that for most people, including myself, if I see faster positive results, I'm more likely to stick to it. If it takes me 3 months to see just my pants starting to, I think it is getting loose, but I'm not quite sure, I'm going to eventually fail. But if you see results in 2 weeks, I mean, you're positive results. You're like, if you can see your butt growing bigger in 2 weeks, you're like, I'm game. I'm not ever leaving the gym. You know what I mean? So the more often you can train, the better. But once again, it all depends on, do you have the capability to get proper night's sleep? So it goes back to how busy is your lifestyle, right? Because if you're not getting sleep, it could compromise your immune system and hold you back on your progress. All right, so keep that. Hang on, let me deal with her, and then you next.
Do you recommend getting a rest day in?
Rest day, absolutely. Rest days are actually key to repairing the body. So rest days, I usually have people take a rest days in terms of if you work out 5 days, most people I tell them, if you're going to do 5 days a week, you have 2 rest days in between, and even a cheat day, which we call where you have like a cheat meal, whatever your favorite snack is, whether it be ice cream or pizza. It doesn't mean you eat the whole pizza, right? A slice or 2 or so forth. If you like Coke, knock yourself out, you know what I mean? But that way you don't feel like you're giving up on the things you enjoy. If you like fried chicken, you like fries, potato wedges, you have those things on 1 to 2 days a week. The thing is, if you're eating, let's say 3 meals a day, right? In 7 days or 1 week, that's 21 meals, right? If you're having 15 meals that are relatively healthy, right? And 6 meals that are not so healthy, you're going to still see positive results. But if you're only having, let's say, 12 meals that are healthy, you know what I mean? And the other, let's say 9 is unhealthy, do you see what I mean? Then it becomes very hard for you to see the positive change that you're looking for. Right? But yes, rest days are absolutely important. It does keep you fueled and looking forward to the workouts again. And
Based on your experience, do you think it's easier to lose weight or gain weight?
ooh. Do I think it's easier to lose weight or gain weight? Interesting. I think it's more boils down to the person, right? You know what I mean? My brother and I are actually very different apart. Whereas I'm the heavier person, he is like 40 pounds lighter than me. but he eats twice as much food as I do, right? And it's like, I look at him like, what the hell? Like, how do you do that? You know what I mean? Like, he sits down there and he's slim, he's shredded, no fat, and he's able to do it. But when it comes to training, I find it boils once again down to like rest and diet. So if you were coming from a smaller background, like you're slimmer built and you want to gain weight, then it's imperative that you eat the proper foods, right? So if you're able to get enough protein in and enough rest in and enough workouts in, I notice that you will actually see fast results, right? Same thing with a person who's coming from, let's say, 200 pounds and trying to slim down. It's equally the same thing, you know what I mean? You can actually slim down quite quickly, right? And I've done like little games in competition with my clients to see who can lose like the most weight in a month. And I mean, one person lost 20 pounds, 25 pounds in 4 weeks. 4 weeks. And I didn't ask them to do anything other than walk more, right? I said, who can put in the most steps? And they lost like 20 pounds, 25 pounds. So, go ahead. Cardio. Walking is not even walking. We have legs. We have legs built in to walk. I don't understand how difficult it is. Now walking has become an exercise. Like walking is like, you know what I mean? It's like a bird saying, why do I have these wings? You know what I mean? Like how often should I fly? Should I fly twice a day? Or, you know what I mean? You're supposed to be walking every day. Walking is one of the best cardios, one of the best things you can do for your life. If you are stressed, if you are experiencing anxiety, if you are depressed, if you are going through anything, walking helps to clear your mind. As a matter of fact, I went walking for an hour before we started today, right? Before I came here, just to get my anxiety and anxiousness levels down. It's been shown when you walk, you can improve the way you think. So if you have an exam or a test, which I'm sure you guys will have, right? You want to make sure, and you get into cardio or simple walking for 30 to 45 minutes, you'll be surprised how it changes up how you feel. Right? Because all of a sudden, all those hormones that made you feel very nervous and that nervous tension goes away and you're able to calmly think your way through things, right? So I recommend walking, for example, as often as you can. And the minimum I usually recommend is you can break it up. You don't have to walk for an hour with one go. You can do 2 30-minute sessions, or you can walk for 15 minutes at a time. It's however you like. But I find walking in the beginning of the day changes how I react and respond to everyone else around me. So I tend to do cardio as often as I can because I know the benefits that it has, not only for me, like I see it, but I've read about it and researched about it, and I can feel it. So I do it as often as I can in the morning because it's actually been shown to improve test scores for everyone from primary to university students, right? When you get in cardio, because when you get in cardio, you get more oxygen to the brain. If you can get more oxygen into the brain, you can think more clearly, right? Because when we get nervous, we're actually lowering the amount of breathing that we take in, right? But when you're doing cardio, even a simple walk, you're breathing more. You're oxygenating your body. So all your hormones calm down, and all of a sudden you're able to think clearly, hence you're able to have a better score. You're able to think your way through the questions on the tests and so forth. All right? Any other questions? In exercise? That's a very good question. Strength training. When it comes to strength training, less is more, right? I usually recommend people don't spend more than an hour in the gym. I actually try to make it a point of duty to train my clients within 40 minutes. Because the less time you spend, the less likely you are to feel overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? Or the less likely you are to feel like, okay, this is just too much work. You know, if I'm in here 2-3 hours, I should be getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're coming here, you're like, oh my God, I can't walk. Then how likely are you going to continue that process? You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're not seeing results or you're getting sick often, you're not going to want to do it. But if you can condense it, 45 minutes, you're like, we're finished? Oh my God. Like, you're sweating, your heart rate is up, but you're like, oh, wow. You know what I mean? Like, okay, well, tomorrow I can't wait to come back and do something else. That's what you want. You want that drive that makes you feel like, okay, I want to do it because I didn't do this. So what I usually recommend is people put a timer on their phone. 45 minutes, put a countdown timer. When it rings out, you are finished. That way, not only does it keep you motivated, but it keeps the intensity of your workout up, because when you want to rest, you have to look at how much time you have left, especially if you're working on, let's say, glutes. Right? The butt muscles, and you're like, oh my God, I want to do this, that, and the other, and you have only a certain amount of time, it keeps you motivated. So I usually recommend people start off with about 40, 45 minutes, and don't go past an hour, unless, of course, you absolutely feel like it or you must. Right? That way it'll keep you motivated, it'll make sure that you get a great workout in, it'll keep your intensity up while making sure that you don't feel that brain drain, like, oh, it's too long. All right? Any other questions? How many meals? That is a matter of your lifestyle. So I have clients that have 2 meals a day. I have clients that sometimes have 1 meal a day. The average though is about 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. All right. Now, if you find that a lot of people have like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which is the 3 main meals, and they'll have 2 snacks in between. So they may have like breakfast, a snack, lunch, snack, and then dinner, or they may do it like breakfast, lunch, and then snack, and then dinner. Right? It's however you can get in the amount of minerals and food that you need to, and how busy your lifestyle is. The thing about it is, if you're supposed to get in, let's say 1,000 calories or 2,000 calories a day, however you divide that 1,000 calories is up to you. You can eat the 1,000 calories or the 2,000 calories in 1 meal. You can divide it into 2 meals, in which case each meal has to be about 1,000 calories. Or you can have it in 3 meals or 4 meals, as long as you're having the right amount of foods that you're supposed to have, or the right amount of makeup of foods that you're supposed to have per day. All right? So it literally boils down to your lifestyle and how comfortable you are. Because what I may do for me, let's say if I eat 3 meals a day, may not be something that you do, depending on how active your lifestyle is. 3 meals a day may not work for you. They might be too small, or too little, or too much. All right? So keep that in mind. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. Stand up. Everyone, give everyone a round of applause. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure working with you today. All right.
So, Mr. Nigel, on behalf of myself, my fellow delegates, and the entirety of the Spice Mass Cooperation, I would like to extend my utmost gratitude towards you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time and showing us the skills by leading our exercise session. Thank you for the knowledge, teaching us about how to eat right, getting enough rest, and cardio is important. So thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you for having me. All right, everybody, have a beautiful day. Thank you.